won Super Bowl 59.
Dude, it gave me goosebumps watching it.
Rivian pulled up to the stadium with the snow tires on, the tinted windows. Many men came on, and it was just a murder.
This guy wins. Look at his record. Look at his stats. Thank God he's a Philadelphia Eagle.
You can mark this down. I think the Eagles are hosting the NFC Championship game.
I don't care how it looks at this point, as long as it's a win.
Vaughn came up with
Yeah, Bond.
Vaughn, that guy's playing at an all-pro level.
I mean, you could have heard that from a mile, dude. That stadium was loud.
Let's get scratching.
Lock in, Bruce. It's another Speaking Birds. What is up, my Bruce? My bird Bruce. We are back. It's another Speaking Birds. Oh, we got a special one. It is week 1. The Sunday. It's the first Sunday of NFL football. Man, I don't know about you guys. It's like a holiday. The Eagles, our birds, beat the Dallas Cowboys in a bit of a nail biter. They beat them 24-20. Man, it's a special day. Like I said, we're joined here with the boy John and the boy Clayton. What is up, guys? Fellas?
We doing good to be back?
What's up? Good to be here.
Oh, man. It's been a while, Clayton. What's going on?
Yeah, man, not much. Good to be back, for sure. Good to have football back.
Oh, have you guys taken in any of the Sunday games so far?
Yeah, I watched, I have YouTube TV, so I get like the picture-in-picture so I can watch both of the games, the 1 o'clock
Really?
games at the same time. Yeah, it was kind of nice. And then like if one goes to commercial, I can just flip, like use the directional button and it just picks up the other one's broadcast. So it's kind of nice. I watched both the first games.
It's not a bad feature, although YouTube, not a sponsor. YouTube, hit us up.
No.
Get
Yeah.
us that login. Get us that login. Man, I was watching a little bit of the Jets Pittsburgh game, which was a pretty good game. But I didn't see. I know you said in the chat, Slay got burnt for a touchdown. You guys said,
Yeah, Slay got burnt for one. I didn't catch the ending. I obviously I saw that Pittsburgh won, but I thought the Jets were going to beat them. At one point, Pittsburgh kicked off to the Jets, and the returner fumbled the ball, and they got it at like the 20-something yard line, and that was kind of like the shift in the game. I don't think they ever got it back after that. But I thought Fields looked good, so
yeah, just came up short. That was a nice tackle by Ramsey, though. I mean, laid the
he
stick.
hit him pretty good. Yep.
Yeah. All right. Well, this ain't a Pittsburgh podcast, guys.
No.
We had a football game. We had a legitimate football game this past Thursday. And boy, was it had everything. Before we get too into it, shout out BVS, our boy Ben Van Sumeren, kickoff, I think it was. And I don't want to speak out of turn here. Patellar tendon? Is that what it was?
Yeah. Torn patella, I believe. Yeah. First play of the game.
You hate to see that for a guy that, like, he's not the star guy, but he's edging himself onto rosters, and it goes
changing
down.
positions.
Yeah,
Just
I mean,
to be on the roster.
Yeah, he was an undrafted free agent at linebacker, makes the team, on and off the practice squad, on and off, the 53, earns a position, as a good special teamer, switches over to the offense, fullback, a lot of promise there, and then 2 massive injuries. Prayers up to the guy. I mean, I hope he can come back from this last one, but that's just rough for him, man.
You just hate to see it. I mean, prayers to him. Look, he's got a fighting spirit, and hopefully he's back. But that wasn't the only newsworthy headline, if you could say that, of the first snap. How do you even say it, guys? This the ejection heard around the world. The Spitgate, the spit heard. All right, we got some pregame. I guess not pregame, but some opening kickoff fireworks. Rain Prescott, as it is, he taunted our boy Jalen Carter, and as it's come out, he spit towards him, laughs at him. Carter goes up, does a little bit of a what do you call it? Spit towards him. I don't know. I don't want to defamate the guy, but it was a spit towards him. Gets ejected for the game. He's our best defensive player, maybe Zach Bond. Carter. He's gone for the game. Probably way closer than it should have been. We got to get this out of the way. It's like beating a dead horse at this point, but what's your guys' take on that?
For me, just lack of discipline there. I mean, obviously, Rain Prescott didn't spit on you; he spit at you. But the NFL is a reactionary league. You know what I mean? They're always going to get the guy that retaliates. That's the guy that
Like
gets the
in-
penalty.
yeah.
It's not the guy that gets that does the defamation, if you will. It's the guy that retaliates. But just lack of
It's again-
discipline.
Getting pulled
So-
over in a car, you're speeding. Why don't you get that guy? Well, they always get the second guy. That's how
Right.
it works.
I mean, if you look at and this is totally opposite. I don't want to go on a crazy tangent here, but you look at the Cooper DeJean incident there in the middle of the game. He's grabbing the guy's helmet, let's go, and then the Cowboys guy comes up, grabs his helmet, and they bang the Cowboys for 2 personal fouls there. So, and probably Cooper DeJean probably could have got, should have got the penalty there. But I digress. I'll let Clayton go for it.
I mean, you nailed it. I mean, it's just that's undisciplined, and it's selfish. I'm sorry, but that's a selfish move. This guy knows how good he is. He knows how important to this team he is. So spitting on Dak Prescott, you effectively spit in the face of your entire team. Like, that's what that equates to me. And you have to be better. You have to be better. This isn't an isolated incident with this kid either, man. He's a known savage. And it's like you now have a reputation. You've had a reputation before. This opening day, first play of the game, essentially, you're ejected on the national spotlight, So now everybody sees that and everybody is going to be looking for that. So now you're going to have to worry about guys, trying to instigate him, because obviously you can get in this guy's head. Like, he's got a weak mentality. You can get in his head and get him to do silly shit. And if you can get him off the field like the Cowboys did, that's a huge win. Are you seeing what this defense looks like without him? And I'm not going to say I personally think he is the best player. We can debate that to the moon. I don't care where you fall on that. The fact is the defense runs through this guy. Not having him out there, your defensive scheme just completely hit the wall. And you have to make changes on the fly. I don't think people understand how much of an impact this guy is at the line. And it's not just an impact for the other people that are next to him on the line. This helps the back end too. This helps your linebackers. He's eating up blocks. He's, taking holes or gaps away. Like, there's a huge, huge amount that goes through Jalen Carter on this defense. And for him knowing that, to go out there and put his game in jeopardy to where this team would lose him for the entire game is incredibly selfish, incredibly undisciplined, and it's immature. And he has to be better. And I'm gonna give him the benefit of the doubt that he will. He kind of took credibility or ownership of it, in his presser at the end when they talked to him in the locker room at the end of the game there. But I just hope, he's being honest and he can control this and rein this in, because we cannot lose this guy. And furthermore, if something like this happens again, I mean, do you want to sign this? Do you want to make this guy the highest paid player in the league, in the history of the league, and have him on your payroll if he's just going to go out there and get silly like this?
Well, that's an excellent point. Yeah, Clayton, you make an excellent point. Like, this guy is on pace, and what we all thought to be the highest paid player, or like defensive player in the league, maybe in history. And is this a bargaining chip for the Eagles? They at the bargaining table, they sit down and put this stuff out there, like, and he's going to want top dollar. I mean, how does this affect contract negotiations down the line?
I think for him, it's getting hard to defend his antics anymore. You know what I mean? Like, the first couple times, sure, but after that, and what Clayton says, you're the guy. Essentially, you let the offensive line of the Cowboys play man to man as opposed to double teaming Carter. You know what I mean? Which makes it harder for everybody else. So, I don't know. I guess I did see that Troy Vincent put out a statement that said,
Troy Vincent.
We'll know what if he's going to be suspended or not Monday.
Do you think the league has the machismo to suspend him with the Super Bowl rematch that they're all coveting?
See, the weird thing with me is, like, if you suspend him, you almost got to suspend Prescott, and I don't see that happening.
Yeah, 100%.
Rain.
I don't. Maybe no suspensions then, but a huge fine, obviously.
A little bit of a tangent, but hold on. Did you guys see Travis Kelce getting a punch to the face?
Oh
Yeah, I
no.
did. Yep.
The helmet.
Yep.
Like, how is that any worse? I mean, how's that any better? And he didn't get suspended.
It's
I don't
not.
know.
And one of the guys I watched in the was it the Green Bay game while I was watching there? The guy ripped a helmet off a player and threw it down the sideline like an
Yeah.
opposing player. Like, how's that not a
Yeah, he got a warning for that. He said it was
Yeah,
one more and
yeah.
you'll get ejected.
Yeah,
Okay.
let's keep in mind that time served. There is time served. He did serve a game suspension. So,
Yeah.
what is it for a DUI? It's like 3 games. So, I mean, I don't know. My
A lot
rant
of
aside, oh, go ahead, Clayton.
I was gonna say just real quick. A lot of the like people that I respect their opinions are saying that there's probably not going to be any kind of suspension for either one. But they also did say what John said: if one gets suspended, the other will be suspended.
Yeah. Do you think what Rain did? I mean, what Rain did is obviously terrible, but where do you draw the line of taunting or baiting versus the actual move? You know what I mean? And not to stick up for Rain.
dude, honest to God, if I'm any other team playing the Eagles, and I don't really want to put this out there, but I'd use it like hockey. Like bring your shittiest player off the bench.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Come in and just fucking disrespect him and then get him kicked out of the next game. You know what I mean? It would be almost too easy.
Yeah, smack him in the head because
100%.
I guarantee you he's coming back for you, like he did with that Pittsburgh guy.
Yeah. And I wanted to say, like, what's the psychology of it? Is he just immature? Is he not getting the like coaching? Like, what is it? What is it with this guy? You would think that he had some issues in college and some like, some question marks in his stuff, but you would think he'd be on his P's and Q's. Like, what is it? Is like you would think the organization would be, on top of this. Hey, checking in all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
Is
I
that
don't know.
not
Like,
happening?
even the statement that he put out to me was like, that's not how he talks. So I don't know if that was written from a PR guy or what,
Oh, it has to be. It has to be 100%.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just not the way he speaks to me. So
Yeah, we got it up here. I don't know. I mean, if he didn't have the talent that he did, I would almost be. I don't know. I hate to say it, but you got to move on. I don't know. Do you make him the highest paid?
I mean, he's gonna have to get in line. You know what I mean? Not get in line, but like just none of the lack of discipline stuff.
Yeah, I would.
I say that, but yeah, go ahead, Clayton.
No, I was gonna say if I'm Howie, I'm laying down all his indiscretions. When it's negotiating time, I'm laying down all the indiscretions right in front of him and saying, right in front of the agent and saying, look, this is our concern right here. So whatever you guys need to do in your camp to make sure this guy gets it through his head that if he gets a bag and any of this happens, like it's going to be written in here that there has to be some kind of backdoor clause in there that if he starts acting like a fucking idiot, like what we just seen there, that he loses money. He loses game checks. Like that's the only way
detrimental.
that's the only way that you're going to get to this guy. Hit him in his pocketbook. We seen it last year on the sidelines with Nick Sirianni trying to reprimand this guy, and he's laughing in his face, dude. This is not isolated incidents with this kid.
Yeah, you're right. And those clauses will be in any contract. I don't think you're going to get the money down because if they go, hey, we're not going to pay this, the Raiders will.
walk.
Or like some other team will. So you're going to have to pay the money, but there has to be clauses in the contract, like you said, to where any of this behavior, it's going to be out of your pocket. But then on the flip side, you look at it, it's like, hey, do we win that Super Bowl without him?
No, we 100%. He's a
And
I
so
won't. It gets thrown around. I'm not going to say it. Generational talent, but he's close, man. Like he's really, really, really good, and he can help this football team. He's an important player to have on this team. But he's
at
an
this
idiot.
point, yeah. All I care about is banners, flags, and if we got to deal with this stuff, pay the man and let's get that other banner. That's all I got to say. I guess I'll deal with it. Whatever. Everyone's gonna be like, oh, Philly. I've already seen it. Oh man, just the way Philly is. He's the perfect embodiment of Philly trash. Blah blah blah. Whatever. We raised the banner.
Speaking of that, while we're talking about that and the penalty and everything like that, I'm just going to segue us into this. The Eagles had 7 penalties in the first half. Nolan Smith gets the taunting. Then you get the 3 PIs where guys have their hands inside the receiver's shoulder pads. So it was pretty much absolute slop in the first half penalty wise.
Yeah. What is that? Just no preseason, just no
Like I don't know what they're teaching as far as the DBs, but
you were saying,
you can't have your hands inside a guy's shoulder pads. You know what I mean? It's the
Yeah,
easy
can't
way
do
to
that.
call a penalty. So
Yeah. Is that a little bit of like conditioning, maybe?
yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Hey, Clayton, something I've been meaning to ask you, and we haven't gotten you on a mic in a while. O-line. What's the state of the O-line here?
I mean, if you look at it, they didn't really work together that all camp, really. I mean, guys were in and out, in and out, in and out. So it's going to take a few weeks for them to get gelling again. I know they've worked together, a long time, but it's still new scheme or new offensive coordinator. So yeah, I think it's going to be a work in progress. That's why it didn't look that good Thursday. And you have Landon Dickerson out there, and he's obviously playing pretty banged up. So banged up he couldn't finish the game. So, and it's sad that if you look at it, like a 65% Dickerson, they still trust more than 100% Toth, and I'm with them. So right now, in my opinion, depth is a concern. So if Juergens goes out, or Dickerson's down for the long haul here, or God forbid we lose one of our bookends in Lane or fucking Mailata, it's a huge drop this year. I mean, Fred Johnson is back, but it was a big drop last year when he had to come in, especially right away. I mean, that's one thing I'll give Stout. He gets these guys from week to week. He gets them, serviceable. He'll get them in there, and they won't make a fool of themselves typically. But man, if you lose somebody in game, it could get ugly, especially if it's early. Like, thank God, Dickerson went out late there, and it was after that long, stupid rain delay that, everybody was iced the entire game. Like, everybody was iced. Both offenses did nothing after that. Both offensive lines after that looked like terrible. I don't want to cuss, but they look bad. They look terrible. So, I mean, you could tell that hour, 5 minutes, or whatever it was, really, really impacted the big guys out there, the offensive linemen. But as far as people, I did see some people freaking out saying, oh, top 5 line, my ass. Dude, it's week 1. I'm telling you right now, the next at least 3 weeks are going to be preseason games. This is what it's going to look like. Like, it's going to look shitty. It's going to look vanilla. We're going to be ultra conservative. They're going to figure out what works, what doesn't. Like, this is where we're ironing stuff out. Like, if we go back to last year, the analogy of the race car, yeah, dude, we're not even qualifying yet. Like, this is like P1, practice 1. And you still got 3 practices ahead, then you have qualifying, and then you have the race. So we're just in P1 right now, trying to see what this car is, what its capabilities are, what we can do to hone it in and get it, humming. So I'd say next 2 games for sure are going to look probably sloppy like this. Probably not as sloppy as that first. You guys are right, man. That first half, that was some of the sloppiest football I've seen us play in a while. Penalties, just discipline, and if you're looking at like gap discipline, like the defense, the reason it was getting its ass kicked all the first half, they weren't disciplined at all, and I don't know that they were communicating properly. So
Yeah.
There's stuff to iron out here. So it's gonna look, janky these next few weeks. And you have this dumbass Nick Wright out there after 1 game saying he guarantees this team is not making it back to the Super Bowl. Shut the fuck up, dickhead. You know nothing. How'd your Chiefs look? Because they looked way worse than us to me.
Oh yeah.
So get the hell out of here, man. You're going to come out and say that on Monday? Well, after 1 game, I guarantee you my Kansas City Chiefs aren't making it back. No, you're going to make a bunch of excuses for them to say why they lost that game. Why they lost that game? They got their ass beat by a lesser team.
Right.
While
But
we're
this
on
isn't
the
the Chiefs. Go ahead.
while we're on the offensive line, I just wanted to note that Brett Toth played 11 snaps and graded out at a 73.3, which was higher than Steen and Lane. But again, only 11 snaps. But yeah, man, the Rivian's, listen, the Rivian's in for maintenance,
The
dude.
Rivian. Yes.
It's in for maintenance. We're getting the tires rotated. We're getting the brakes changed. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah.
Well, then we're gonna take it to the car wash. Get it
Well,
cleaned
Clayton,
up.
yeah,
That's right.
Well, Clayton, you said what kind of car this is. Well, what are we now? A Cadillac Coupe de Ville? What are we? Are we still a Rivian? Is the Rivian getting worked on?
Wow,
Oh
I mean,
yeah,
that's
it just
still a
needs
Rivian.
tuned up. It just needs tuned up. You know, it's all right.
We
looking like a
Clayton,
Saturn.
Oh,
the old Pontiac Grand Am.
Yeah.
Clayton, you brought up the rain delay. Now, I know we all know you played some football in your day. Now, we're all athletes in
Yeah.
our own right here, John and myself, but you have experience there on the field. Now, what does that do to you when you go out, you get all warmed up, you're ready to go, and then boom, all of a sudden you're back in the locker room getting tight. Have you had an experience like that? Playing ball?
One time we had lightning, and it wasn't like they had, Dopplers out there and they were like, oh, there's
Right.
lightning within 15 miles. No, there's bolts hitting right around the freaking stadium. We're like,
Yeah,
okay, we're going to go ahead and call this right now. Like the thunder's fucking
Yeah,
cracking over your head. People are running for cover. They're like, all right, rain
People are
delay.
running. Yeah.
They're like, get under this metal tent, guys.
Get under these
This
metal
metal
stands real quick. But yeah, so there was only one time I had that happen, and it was like they held us for about 30 minutes. And that's like counting the warm up too. So it was probably, the delay was probably about 15, 20 minutes, and then we got like 10 minutes to warm up. It ruins your momentum. I can tell you that right now. So like we were doing well in that game and we lost that game. I'm not blaming it on the weather delay. We were terrible at times. So
I'll blame it on the weather for you. I'll blame it on the weather for you.
But I can tell you, we were rolling as an offense. We were rolling, and then when we came back out, and I don't know if they went back in the locker because we were on the road. I don't know if they went back in their locker because we didn't even have a locker room. We just had like part of a pavilion that we had to huddle under. They had a legit locker room that they went into. So maybe they were in there making adjustments. I have no idea. We weren't. We were not. We were just standing out in the rain and the lightning, waiting for it to get past. So maybe that's what happened there.
They're like, come on over, guys, get some oranges.
Some orange slices.
Yeah, they used to love orange slices. And everyone loves orange. High school sports love oranges. That's what I remember. Yeah, it's just come eat some oranges.
But yeah, 100%. I mean, it affects momentum, and you do get tight. Like I'm a young guy, and during this, and I still got tight. Like it is what it is. So I can imagine these big boys out there. First game, your conditioning's not where it's at or where it needs to be, and you're already tired. You're damn near three quarters of the way through the game, and then you have to stop for an even longer break than your halftime break was. Yeah, man, that'll definitely mess with you. And the worst part about that was it's the same as mine. Is it was a momentum thing. Like we had just stripped them and recovered a fumble. Momentum was shifting, and then they're like, "Okay, we're now going to take an hour and 5-minute break. We'll be back." And then the game, nobody scored points. Neither offense looked good.
Yeah,
what it is.
And I think like the Landon injury, I had a weird feeling because he's already battling the back and the knee and all this stuff, and then you already warm up, you get yourself to a place, your adrenaline's going, you're picking up, and then it all dries out, and then you go back there, you're not the same player if you're battling injury. I mean, we all know bad backs, right? I mean, right?
Oh, geez.
But like, yeah, you warm it up once, you're good to go, and then there's no warming it up twice.
No.
Well, they had said one of the reporters I was listening to after the game said during that hour and 5-minute break, Landon Dickerson did not stop moving or sit down once.
You can't. The minute you sit down,
it's over.
Up.
It's over. So this poor guy, through that entire break, he got no rest. Like he's walking around, constantly working his back, stretching it, trying to keep it warm, trying to keep it loose. And then, like a warrior, he goes out there, and then I don't know if it was Barkley or if it was Dylan. One of the backs I think it was Dillon too, smacked him right in the back, dude, and you could see it. He gets up holding his back, and then he's gone.
Ugh. Oh man. All right, John, you
I
got
could
some
al-
stats for us?
I was gonna say I could only imagine just getting hit in the back because sometimes I walk down the stairs and you just have that moment where you're like, oh
Yeah,
my
yeah.
god, is this the end? I think I'm
done
gonna die.
I'm done for 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah, offense wise here, Hertz was 19 for 23, 154 yards, 2 touchdowns rushing. I think he had 14 rushes for 62 yards. He now has 67 total rushing TDs, which is just 10 shy of Cam Newton. And then I think Josh Allen has like 72 or something like that, which he'll continue to get those, but as well. So I mean, Hertz will probably pass Cam Newton, obviously, at some point this season, but depending on what Allen does, maybe it could be semi-race there or whatever you want to think.
Yeah.
But 82.6% completion percentage, 94.2 passer rating. Ultimately, even though he was 19 for 23, he was actually 100% perfect. 3 of them were throwaways. One was the drop to Saquon. And he's only thrown 1 interception in his last 13 regular season games. So Hurts put the team on his back like usual. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, throw in there on those 14 rushes. I think he had 3 kneel downs, and they count as a rush. So really, that was
Okay, yeah,
on
yeah.
11 as well. So I mean, he had a really efficient day, and watching it, there wasn't one time that I thought this guy made a bad decision to put the ball in danger. Not one time, not one turnover worthy
I
play
agree.
in my opinion. Watching, he was super efficient, super locked in. Like he looked calm, he looked decisive, he navigated the pocket really well. I mean, he avoided a few sacks. He took that one, but he avoided a few sacks. I mean, the line was kind of shaky at times
Yeah.
with pressure, and
I thought-
he. Go ahead.
I thought he looked faster too. I just wanted to plug that in there.
Yeah, I
He did
agree.
look
He
thinner.
looked smooth.
He looked thinner. Did anyone see that? I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm making that up, but he looked a little trimmer, a little more cut.
So yeah, man, I seen a lot of people like killing Jalen Hurts right after the game, and I was just like, man, I don't know. I tell you right now, we don't win that game without him. Yeah, he didn't blow you away with his stat line, but man, he was super efficient with the football. And like John said, technically he was 100%. I mean, he had 3 throwaways and a drop that was on target. Like that was 100% should have been caught. So I don't know,
Yeah.
man. People crucifying QB1. I get it was vanilla. I get they were very conservative. He was conservative. I get it. It's week
The
1.
other-
That's what it's going to be.
The other thing you'll see, like people are going to have, like the analysts are going to have a field day with that, just especially like the people that have him out of the top 10 quarterback, race or whatever. They're going to have a field day. And then I think his average target was like 4 yards. But the one thing I did notice is like Dallas was dropping a lot. They were only bringing 4 rushers. So obviously he's taking what's underneath. You know what I mean? So.
And to that point, they ran zone exclusively. Again, I have to watch the all 22s. I haven't got a chance to watch the all 22, but watching the broadcast back a few times, I didn't see anybody manning up really that entire game. Like I said, I'll have to go through. I can tell you that their zone percent has to be like in the 90s. They were just zoning up, and they were doing a good job taking away, underneath stuff. I think there was times where we could have probably taken a couple shots, but we were going ultra conservative. So, that was the game plan apparently. Just take what it gives you. Take it what they give you.
100%. And speaking of taking shots, AJ Brown didn't have a target until about, I don't know,
2
what'd you say,
minutes,
in the fourth
I think, at the
quarter?
end of
Yeah.
the game. Yeah. 2 minutes left.
Fourth quarter. Big play though. Big play nonetheless. But what do you guys make of that? I mean, should he be getting more targets? I think he should be getting more targets. And I get that. Look, I get, they're double covering him. They're playing this defense. They're looking this way. They're looking that way. But like, I remember watching the game with John. It's like, scheme something for him. Scheme him open. Or like, do something. Like, you can't let this guy sit cold. Am I wrong?
Like, yeah, and that's why I said that, because like when you watch AJ Brown, he's always out of the X. You know what I mean? It's like they're never. So when people say the top 5 wide receivers, I forget who was making this take, but he was basically saying AJ's always out of the X, and they never
Right,
scheme him open. You know what I mean? It's not like Jefferson where he's all over the place or anybody else. You know what I mean? So you got to find a ways to get him open. And when I watched some of the playback on that video you sent, I mean, he was definitely open
Yeah,
quite a bit. But
shout out Syed.
yeah,
He's
so
a good guy.
you got to find ways to get him the ball for sure.
Yeah, that should be a point of emphasis, 100%. Like he's arguably, one of the best receivers in the I personally put him at the
I'm gonna
top.
side with there, Clay. I'm gonna side with there, Clayton. It's not arguable. He's the
Yeah.
best receiver in the
That's
league,
where I
in
put
my
him.
opinion.
I'm with you right there. The guy, what John just said right there is 100% true. This dude lines up out of the X, and they never scheme him open. He beats man at a rate nobody else does. He's number one in the league at it. He always is. Like, if you man up against him, you are going to lose. You need to bracket or zone him and have multiple people, looking at him to stop it. Because if you man him one-on-one, he will burn you. Now, I'm also going to throw this out there. He doesn't look right. To me, he does not look right.
Yeah. He's not going on his breaks. He's not planning as healthily as he should.
Even the after, and I get, he's kind of somber because he only got one, but he didn't seem right in his, post-game presser either. Like something seems off with AJ right now.
Well,
So
what do
that's
you
something
mean,
to
like
monitor.
healthily or?
Maybe it is health and it's bringing his mood down. Maybe he can't
I
move
definitely
like
think
he
he was
wants to
pissed
move.
off.
Oh, he
after the
was.
game. He only got one target. I mean, any number one wide receiver, anybody that wants to win and thinks he can help the team is going to be upset if you only get one target.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So
And he said as much in previous press conferences. He's like, I know I can change the game in a play. So that's why I'm mad. We've seen it. Is that going to be an issue moving forward, do you think?
I think he's still going to get his. I mean, we got to get him healthy if he's not healthy, and then find ways to get him the ball. But I do think, like, if you watch Patullo's offense the whole game, they weren't getting real aggressive. You know what I mean? They were, like Clayton said, they were super just take what you got. They didn't. I mean, really, the only aggressive play they threw was the catch to Dotson, who was open anyways. But
yeah.
Next week,
Clayton.
I can tell you next week it will be a point of emphasis. If he's healthy, it will be a point of emphasis to get AJ Brown involved in this offense early and often. And if it's not, I'm going to be shocked, and then I'm going to start scratching my head and looking at Patullo and Hurts, because they're the two biggest. Like, Patullo calls the plays, but let's not forget that when Hurts is at the line, he's like a mini OC because he's the one actually calling the play, and he has carte blanche to switch plays and put them in positions where he seems favorable. So if Patullo calls one play that could have the X as the primary look or the primary read, you get up to the line and Hurts calls something different, that takes the X out of that, and you're looking at maybe the tight end, maybe you're looking at Y, maybe it's a run, maybe you're checking into a run, so it's not just Patullo, it's on Hurts too, that AJ wasn't involved. That was something that I think was a disconnect from some of the fans too. I just want them to understand, like, it's not all Patullo's play calling. Like, Hurts is involved in this too.
How much of a leash do we have with AJ Brown here? Like, let's not ignore the fact that these are professional athletes, wide receiver. I don't want to use the word diva, but they want the ball. They want to make, they want to help. How much of a leash do we have if he doesn't have a big game next week or the third week or the fourth week until we have a bit of an issue?
Well, he's signed forever too, so
I know, but that doesn't mean much.
yeah. I mean, I guess you could force your way up, but when you're winning, I mean, is it about the team if you're winning, or is it about personal accolades? He always talks like it's not about personal accolades. Like, but I also, at the same time, I can get how it gets frustrating. So I don't know.
Yeah. And Sirianni mentioned last year how Devontae Smith, didn't have a catch in the first week and then second week went off. So, you got to wait. We'll see. I know AJ Brown wants to be out there and impacting the game, but I worry.
While we're on the passing game here, I just want to throw this out there because I have it. But Goddard went 7 for 7 on 7 targets, obviously for 44 yards.
Yes. Thanks for bringing that up. And he got the first pass of the game. I think Goddard's like, you had to bring him back. Hurts trusts him. Hurts trusts him, and like he's just that guy. Like he's the guy. You had to bring him back.
He took a pay cut for it to stay here.
Well, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I just like he's the one piece. I mean, obviously, I would have loved to bring back a CB2, but he's like the one piece. It's like, man, that made sense. Like, thank God he's back.
Yeah, I agree.
Because yeah,
go ahead. All right. Well, yeah. I was gonna. Yeah, Dotson had 3 targets. Devontae Smith had 3 targets, and then Saquon had 5 targets. Only caught 4 of them, and that was for 24 yards. I didn't have the other guys' yards. I think Dotson had 50 some, maybe, or maybe 60, and then Devontae had like 16 some yards.
Yeah, so no one really ate as a receiver.
No.
I mean,
he only threw for 154 or something. I said earlier. Yeah. So.
Yeah, man, Saquon with that one-handed grab and then the stiff arm.
The stiff arm was disgusting.
That stiff arm was wrecking.
Yeah.
While we're on Saquon, he had 18 rushes for 60 yards, 1 TD. He was 11 touches for 61 yards in the first half, and then he went 6 for nothing in the second half. So he ended with 60 yards.
Yeah. While we're on Saquon and Hurts, I have to do a bit of a cleanup on my end. And this is the season for me of accountability. You know, just as a fan. Look, just as a fan, I fire stuff off, in the group, and it's this or that. But I may have said nothing crazy, but look, Hurts does this thing where he like drops back and he does that roll that scares me. The roll out and the pass away with the head down, and I may have just shown some disdain for that and maybe Saquon, which I don't believe in. It's in the heat of the game. I'm all on edge, but hey, it's a season of accountability and cleaning that stuff up, and the world's not falling. So I apologize for any of that. I still believe in these guys. I always have. Well, maybe not Hurts. I believe in them. So I believe in Hurts, but in the past, like, maybe rookie season or the second season, like we all have, there were questions. But no, Hurts is the leader. Hurts is the guy. I love him. I'm going to battle with him. So I just want to let you guys know that's my apology.
The one thing for Hurts, and maybe I'll just mention this, and this, maybe it's just me noticing it, but he seems like he's lightening up a little bit.
100%. Yeah, and like press conferences, you can see him. He's lighter and he's more himself. And look, that rant that I went on, that little apology. I mean, look, I love Hurts. It's just in the heat of the game when he throws away, I'm gonna fire something off, and that's no indication of how I feel as a whole. I've stated this on the podcast that he's our guy moving forward. I love him. I just want to let you guys know. Sorry, that was on my to-do list.
I'll agree with John there, and both you guys. I mean, at the podium, like he is a completely different guy. It's like a chip has been lifted off his shoulder. Like he was so standoffish last year. Well, I guess until really after the bye, he kind of opened up. He kind of cooled off. But yeah, man, this year he's been. And I don't know if you guys got to see that America's Game special on the NFL Network.
Don't get me started on how to find that thing.
Why
do they make it so hard? Like, they want your money here, they want your money there. Where can I just pay to watch this thing? Why do I have to like search for it? Get a subscription. It's so crazy.
I can't. Yeah, if you have NFL Plus and you can't get that, that's ridiculous. But I digress. Some of the stuff he was saying, like his interviews and that were awesome. Like he was so good. And one of the things he was saying is like, he gave Sirianni, and this is just to go back and touch on this. I don't know if you guys watched it. Zach Bond, when Nick Sirianni shaved his head, his name inside the NovaCare complex became Baldiani. So that was the Baldiani era.
That's amazing.
So that was the Baldiani era, if you ever hear that. And then So they go through every single game, and they're going to the Super Bowl, and they're doing the preparation for it, and they're talking to Hurts, and Hurts is like, I handed Sirianni a list of plays, and I told him, if you call any of those plays during the game, something special is going to happen. He's like, and the dagger was on it, which brings context to that that whole thing. Why? And he handed it to Sirianni, and then at halftime when they were in there, him and Sirianni sat down face to face and had a conversation, and Jalen said straight out, "Don't forget about the dagger." And Sirianni was like, "All right, we'll try to get it. I'll try to get it called." And that's why he went to bat so hard on the sideline. You see him just call it, just call it.
Wait, Clayton. Was it called the dagger?
It wasn't. Well, they didn't say the actual. Like, I'm sure it's like the jargon, but that's how everybody knows it now, as the dagger.
Yeah, of course.
Just like Philly.
The broadcast called it the dagger.
Yeah.
Which is one of the best calls.
I don't know they had it on the play sheet as the dagger.
It's one of my most favorite calls. And then when they put the Moneyball music behind it, did you ever see that meme? I'm like, sir. Oh my God, they're gonna run some clock, or maybe just throw the dagger and then the money, as it's in the air, the Moneyball music. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, chills. So that was really interesting. That was like one of my favorite parts of that show, or that documentary. There is Hurts and Sirianni having that moment at halftime, and then then they showed it on they showed that sequence where Sirianni's saying to Kellen on the sideline, like, just call it, just call it.
Yeah.
And again, the slow motion, Hurts in the pocket, releasing just a freaking dart. And then Smitty in the end zone, and that was it. That was the dagger. That ended it.
The other thing I saw was this was just recent, like maybe last week or the week before I saw it, but I think it was is his name Darius Cooper, the guy who made it. That's his first name, Darius.
Yeah.
So Hurts ain't even playing. It's a preseason game. And I guess Darius Cooper ran some route or something like that. And I don't remember if he caught the ball or not. But Hurts, obviously not even dressed, just comes right up to him on the sideline and says, "Hey, you ran the route like too tight or something like that." And like Darius Cooper was like, "Yeah, you're right. I was a little tight," or I forget exactly what they said, but I was like, man, he's actually, out here leading, and in a game that means nothing. In a game that means nothing.
And Mailata comes over. He's like, "I love the way you're coaching her."
That's it. Yep.
Yeah. But you bring up a good point talking about this sort of stuff. So, Sirianni had said previously before the game they're not going to be after the banner, and that's good. Like this team has moved on from, they're trying to like put a towel in the fire of the Super Bowl hangover, but like I was watching stuff like on the plane. I watched like the mini movie again, which is amazing on the Eagles YouTube. It's an amazing thing. Like as fans, we're like still like getting these films, getting these documentaries. We are still living in last year. We are. Like we're talking about it now. Like how hard is it for the team to move on? Are they just like, I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's easier for the team to move on because they have a new goal in front of them. Like they're working right now. Like during the offseason, they're working towards that new goal. Like everything that just happened, they should be able to just shut off, and that's last year. And this is the goal, and this is what I'm investing. I'm all in. My focus, my drive, every ounce of my being is focused and dedicated to this goal in 2025, 2026. Whereas the fans, we don't have shit to be watching right now. So we're still living in the past until the new season gets here.
But even like the film dropped, it was recent. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was like right before it was that Wednesday, and they played on Thursday. That's when that aired.
Yeah.
Not only that, but as like a solid teammate, you got to be there and putting everything in for guys that weren't on the team last year.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you make a good point.
Mm-hmm. So you're working for the guys that weren't here. You know what I mean? You got to have those guys back and for
sure,
put forth the effort.
Man, yeah. Saquon, number 1 player in the NFL. How do you guys feel about that?
Shoo.
I love it.
Not surprised, but remember the drop in was it Atlanta? Oof.
Oh, I flamed him up. We should trade this guy.
Man,
Oh,
we're
I gotta own
talking
it,
about
man.
the
This is-
skies falling. Talking about the skies falling. Dude.
I remember saying, if this guy's gonna be like this, and we might have some issues going forward. Hey, the season of owning it, man, and yeah, the season of owning it, and then, like, you say stuff during a game, and it might be crazy. Jahad Campbell made his
Yeah, I was gonna say,
debut.
let's slide over the
Woo!
defense here.
Yeah, let's slide over to the defense. I have his stats somewhere. Does anyone?
I
have
got it.
pulled up?
I got it here. Yeah, I got it.
Go ahead.
He played 92% of the snaps with 56 total. 3 tackles, 1 forced fumble, 1 pass detected, and he also had that crazy play where he chased that tight end down the field. It was like 30 yards away. Like, I mean, the guy's just first game in the NFL. Just it's insane. Seeing a linebacker 30 yards down the field, deflecting a pass.
Oof, promising.
And that's one play that I did see an all 22 on. If you look at that, that's not even his guy, and that's not even his side of the field. He sees this guy break free out of coverage. He sees that his guy that he's responsible for is getting picked up on the underneath route by the other linebacker. So he comes off of his spot because he reads the quarterback's eyes and crosses the field, makes it there in time to get that deflection. It's a super heady play, but it's a super athletic play. Like, whew, this boy's gonna be good.
The guy's a freak.
I feel bad for N'Kobe.
Well, so here's the thing I wrote to myself. Here's the thing I wrote to myself. Watching the mini movie, like, he was kind of the voice. He was the voice on defense, and like Dean was the hype man, and he had such a good season. Like, who takes that role? Because I agree with you, Clayton. Like, I think he's probably not going to get it back. But like, who takes that like lead defensive voice on this squad?
Before Clayton answers, I think before you answer this, Clayton, is there a situation where you could have Campbell in sort of a hybrid off the edge role if Dean comes back in a little bit, as they're working him back in for snaps? So,
yeah, well, I mean, and that's coming into the season. I thought that's what he was going to be. I didn't think he was actually going to be the starting, in the starting linebacker role, like full time. I thought it was going to be more of like maybe a platoon, and he was going to be a chess piece to move around because he is capable of coming off the edge. And, Trotter was having a good camp, according to everybody. So I thought maybe him and Trotter were going to platoon it. And then whenever Dean came back, Dean would kind of slide back in there, and this kid would stay, in that chess piece role. So there, that is possible, but he is playing so good as just a standalone linebacker, like just an off-ball linebacker. He's way ahead of where everybody thought he was going to be. Like, they thought he was raw. They thought, he was going to miss a bunch of camp, which was going to hinder his development year one. None of that happened, dude. He was available day one of camp. The injury was bullshit. All those teams that passed on him were fools. He took coaching very well from Vic and the position coaches. He looks great. And I mean, it showed up on tape in the preseason, in the preseason games. And then to see him go out there in the regular season and do that, man, he's going to be a top linebacker in this league. I'm telling you. But yeah, I'm with you. If N'Kobe Dean comes back this year and he's able to get back to where he was, there is 100% a role where both of those guys can be on the field and Zach Bond can be on the field.
I got another question then.
It's going to be limited snaps, though. So you're going to be taking snaps away from one of the two, probably both of them.
So with how good Trotter Jr. played in the preseason, which I thought he played pretty good, is there a situation where maybe you move N'Kobe Dean before trade deadline?
That 100% could happen.
Yeah. For a corner.
It's just the question is, what's the return on him?
Right. You might not get too much because of the injury history. You know
exactly.
what I mean? So,
like, that's what's hovering above his head right now is, he's been hurt a lot. Coming out of college, he was hurt. That's the reason he dropped, or that was supposedly the main reason he dropped in the draft 3 rounds. Because
but when he's on the field,
you can't deny it. Yeah. You can't deny it.
Don't you feel like everyone's hurt nowadays, though? It's like out of college, like Landon was hurt. Dean was hurt, Jihad was hurt. Like everyone's hurt. You know what I mean?
Dijon was hurt.
Yeah, like just like everyone's hurt. I mean, like they've seen what Dean can do. So I don't know.
Not only that, with that NIL money, these guys are getting hurt. They're not playing any of these games. They don't even care about the bowl games anymore. You know what I mean? People are transferring before the bowl game even happens.
Makuba's hurt. He's almost
Cuba's hurt. Yeah. Speaking of him, while we're at it, he played 36 snaps and only allowed 5 passing yards. It was 1 pass. So there was a stat I think Rube had up. I don't remember exactly what it was, but it was like the first time two like rookies played some amount of stats. I don't even. I shouldn't even have said that. I digress. I don't remember what the stat was.
That's all right. Yeah, I don't know. I like Makuba. I do.
Me too.
Clayton.
Yeah,
Any thoughts? I know.
I'm just. I like the player a lot. Like, let's just get that out there. I like the player. I think he can be a baller. I have doubts about him holding up, and I get
he's small.
The hamstring was, that can happen to anybody. That's not a size thing.
Right.
But like, he goes in to make a tackle in camp and busts his shoulder up. It's like, man, is he going to be one of those guys?
Right.
Like when he comes flying downhill and smacks somebody, he's going to hurt himself on somebody else. Like, that's just the little stuff I worry about. But while he's healthy, I think he's a baller and I think he can help this team. I think he's better than Sidney Brown and as a rookie. I think once this hamstring is fully behind him, that we'll probably see him more. And it was weird. Did you guys notice this? So the whole camp, we're seeing Dijon go back to safety when they're in base, and then come up to the nickel when they're in anything other than base. He was out at wide. He was at the second. He was at CB2 during base, and Sidney Brown was in.
Oh, interesting.
So they did pop him out there. That was interesting to see.
I saw Sidney Brown make that one tackle, and he was like hurt on the field, even though he came back. I was like, oh my God, here we go, dude. Here we go.
Thought the same thing.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of, you said CB2, so what better segue? Adoree Jackson. I mean, let's talk about it. That and I'll go on record. That was a mismanagement by Howie this offseason. I don't know if he overvalued Ringo, which is fine. He's a hometown product, or like, you know what I mean, like a drafty. But Adoree Jackson is not it. That's gonna.
I got his stats then too.
Team. Yeah, let's hear it, John.
8 targets, 6 completions for 106 yards. Gave up 17.7 yards per completion. 32.4 PFF grade.
5 of those.
Between him and that was the worst graded corner, I think, since Michael Jacquet or something like that against Dallas, which was like a 24 or 9 or something. So
5 of those 6 completions were for first downs. Like, so just an FYI on why they kept moving the sticks on us. They would just look for 8 and target him when you needed it.
He's just not good. I mean, I'm not saying he wasn't a good football player at one point, but like,
he got benched last year for the Giants. I mean, come on, this is the end of his career here. Like, and we're expecting him to be out here as a starter. This guy should be a depth piece at best on this team, possibly practice squad. But he's a starter.
So who do we blame? Howie?
For sure.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. What did Isaiah Rodgers get paid? We couldn't handle that. We're willing to trade We're willing to trade 2 first-round picks, a third, a fifth, and other stuff for Micah Parsons, and then make him the biggest.
Let's get into it.
But we can't re-sign Isaiah Rodgers. Like, come on,
before we do that,
it's ridiculous.
Before we do that, I think it's going to be Bennett probably starting next week.
I'm with you.
Bennett, like you said, Bennett's
not
the
better
answer either.
Yeah, he's not that much better.
Yeah, but he's a little bit more physical, so can run better, I think.
I mean, it was just such a mismanagement. I mean, no one's gonna I don't know. Who knows?
You brought it up, Micah Parsons.
You brought it up, Micah. So allegedly, who was this? Jay Glazer.
Yep.
The Eagles were willing to part with 2 first-round picks, a third-round pick, a fifth-round pick, and in quotes, among other things, for Micah Parsons to bring him back to PA. Thoughts,
with
fellas?
debilitating back issues.
Yeah. It's epidurals and epidurals.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm glad it didn't go through. It kind of reminds me of like the Herschel Walker trade at this point. Depending on what the among other things were, you know, obviously they were trying to get away with just giving picks because we have so many picks, which I understand that move.
2 firsts is insane.
But, yeah. Plus one of the biggest contracts probably ever going to get paid out.
And then you're going to have to turn around and pay Carter.
Yep.
But
I don't know.
Having said that, after watching our edges, I don't know, man. I almost would have paid the price. I think Micah would fucking help this team a lot. But
for sure.
What do you do with the cap there? I mean, I don't know. That would put you in cap hell, yeah? I mean, I don't know. Howie's a magician, don't get me wrong. I don't know how you finagle that, especially with these big contracts that are on the horizon here. Carter being the number 1 coming up. I think that's next year. And then you're going to have a big one with Q, and you're going to have a big one with Dijon. Like,
yeah.
And that's just the defense. I mean, you still got to start, keep these guys on offense happy, keep extensions, keep people here on that side of the ball too. So I don't know, man. I'm glad that's a problem that I don't have to worry about.
Yeah, that would have been an absolute chess move by Jerry Jones to let them trade that for Mike.
I feel like
the cap.
Jerry Jones is the mom from Wedding Crashers when they go and they meet Will Ferrell, and he's like, I never know what she's doing back there. It's like nobody ever knows what the fuck Jerry Jones is doing. It's like, Jesus.
Well, yeah,
man.
he's like, he's a bit older and he's probably not functioning it.
Then after they lose, he's like, we're one chess piece away on defense.
But you traded it away, dude.
It's like, Jesus,
what are you talking about,
God, man? Where are you at? I never know what you're doing.
Well, it's like, with like the Trey Hendrickson stuff. So if Howie's going at guys, he didn't go at him or.
Man, I really thought they gave Trey Hendrickson that 1-year deal just so that a team would trade for him. That's what I thought was actually going to happen. But
right.
Maybe
you think Howie would maybe finagle something. I mean, he would be amazing.
The Packers, before the Parsons trade, were going hardcore at the Bengals too. I don't think the Bengals wanted to trade him. Like, I think at the end of the day, I think it was the franchise was like, no, doesn't matter. We'll let you sit and die. We are not letting you out of this place. You want to sit out? You can sit out the year. It's up to you. I think that's where they were at.
What do we do at edge?
Well, Zadarius Smith.
Yep.
Ugh,
I mean, but it's not. If he has anything left in the tank, this guy was a difference maker in his past. So I mean, he's capable of double-digit sacks. I don't know that he'll be there, but if we can get like 7 or 8 at him playing, the third or fourth rotational edge piece, I'm happy with that. I mean, let's look at it. You want to talk about Howie's mishaps? Ojulari didn't even dress. He was a healthy scratch.
Right. Yeah.
What the hell is happening there? And this is sad because I actually wanted to see this guy because, and I know I was listening to somebody else that had said this too, and I was actually under the same exact mind frame. There's some players that are not practice players. They do not show up in practice. But when they strap on the actual game jersey and get out there on the field, something clicks. A switch flips. And they are able to turn it on and do damage that they don't do in practice. I wanted to see if this guy was one of those guys. Vic's not going to give him the opportunity, apparently. Like, we're elevating Patrick Johnson over him and starting Patrick Johnson out there. He was out there for defensive rotational snaps. I mean, obviously he's an excellent special teamer. So I won't ever, scoff at him being elevated because he does help on special teams. But to have him as your fourth edge rusher and have Ojulari as a healthy scratch, like, what the hell, Howie? Roster construction is a head scratcher this year for me, specifically on the defensive side.
Yeah,
I'll say this.
Seems awful.
I'll say this. I hope Zadarius Smith don't get out of the Rivian looking like Robert Quinn.
Oh my God, dude! I fear that. Come walking in like O.J. Simpson. Just,
Oh, God, Just like the
oh my
knees are
God.
just cracking.
Oh
That might have
man.
been the worst Howie signing of all time, Robert Quinn.
Jesus, this guy should have a walker.
It's like, is he
Oh.
opening the door for the player that's
Yeah.
going to get out? I mean, like, what's going on? I mean, like, was he
Oh,
the
man.
driver?
Right. Yeah, that was rough. But no, I mean, this guy. I mean, I think he can help, and if he is like, if he's able to have anything left in the tank and help this team, I think he can immediately step in as number 3 edge and help. But that's not. I mean, that's not the answer. I mean, you want a dominant edge out there, and I don't think Jalix or Nolan are going to be that this year. I mean, Jalix still has some developing to do. I think we kind of put the cart before the horse on that with him, just anticipating that he was just going to come out and be some stud. I mean, this guy was drafted in the 3rd round out of a no-name college, and he was playing safety 2 years before this. So he's new to the position. His body type is interesting, but it's not, like the ideal edge body type. So, and he's still learning, rush moves and all that. So to just expect him to be some kind of a monster or even be on what Sweaty's level was, I think, and I was guilty of it, in the preseason, I think it's a disservice to him, and it's unfair expectations.
Here's a crazy thought. Well, I got 2 thoughts here. Nolan Smith gets better as the year goes on. There's no doubt about that. But the other thought is, I wonder what BG's what was it, the try or whatever that he tore?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wonder what he looks like health wise.
Is he staying in shape?
Yeah, he's hanging around, man. So,
Ooh,
and he
you
was
heard it
playing
here
some of his
first.
best ball. Yeah, you heard it
he
here
was,
first.
man.
Jot that down.
Oh,
I wouldn't hate it. I'll be honest. I would not hate it. I wouldn't
Could do it cheap.
have any issues at all bringing old man BG back.
well,
Love
so let's
that
say
guy.
this hypothetically, guys. Let's talk here. Let's so maybe not. He's not going to play a full season, right? I mean, I don't think so. But you got to hold a fill maybe during a run. Do you tell him stay in shape?
Of course. I mean, I think he's going to stay in shape regardless.
No, but you kind of let it go if you're like retired.
sure.
You're not out there running and doing. Do you kind of say,
He seems to
hey,
be-
man?
One thing I'll say is he seems to be there more than like Kels was, you know what I mean? So he's
Oh,
around the team at
oh,
all the
man.
practices. He's at the, at the game. So
Yeah,
just
I
something
don't
else
know.
thrown out there,
Yeah, well, yeah.
Wouldn't hate it.
Or maybe if Carter gets suspended for the season,
Jeez.
Fletch.
Mm.
Oh God,
I
he's
think
skinny
Fletch
as
has
hell
let
now,
it go. Yeah, he's let it go.
Yeah,
He's
Fletch is
racing,
partying. He's partying.
racing track cars or something,
He was at the game though. He looked good.
Yep.
A lot of these guys, you see, they drop weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he looked like thin almost.
Yeah. So that's how you can tell he's done.
Yeah.
But before we get off the defense here, I just wanted to say Zach Bond looked good. He had 9 combined tackles, 6 solos, 3 assists, 1 tackle
Yeah.
for a loss, and a pass breakup.
Good for Bond. Yeah.
So back in normal form.
I saw a thing out there that's like the best linebacker duo in the league. Agree? Disagree?
With Campbell?
Campbell and Bond.
Yeah, shoo.
I think it's up there. I mean,
Really
I have to
depends
go
on
through and
Campbell.
look.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. How do you guys feel overall? Temperature check on the team.
Yeah. Like you said, these are going to be preseason games. We usually start slow because we don't play any of the starters. So, it is what it is so far. But
Yeah.
I'm not too worried yet. Corner's an issue. I think
a little
Makuba
worried.
comes in. I think Makuba comes in and plays the safety. I think he's going to be the starter there. I truly do.
I'm with you.
That CB2 there, maybe edge is another issue. Other than that, I feel pretty confident with pretty much every other position.
Yeah.
Yeah. Quick shout out. Yeah. Go ahead, Clean.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, the defense started off really bad, but in true Vic Fangio fashion, it got better and tightened up as the game went on. They didn't give up a point in the second half. I mean, they gave up all 20 points in that first half and then shut them down the second half. I mean, it didn't always look pretty, but they got it done. I think one of the main reasons it looked so bad early, again, was because of the Jalen Carter shit, and they were just reeling like, holy shit, like everything that we planned just went out the window.
Right.
So I'm like, I wasn't too reactionary. Obviously, it's Dallas, and you want, especially with a chippy game like that, it's like, dude, I want to beat their heads in even worse. Like, I want to run the score up on them. They're out here being this chippy with us, acting like they can hang with us, and they're in our league. They're not, and they should know that. But no, I was all right with the offense. Super vanilla, super conservative. I'm taking that as a week 1 preseason game, so I'm not going to look too much into that. I am going to look at Jalen Hurts looked really good. Saquon had some nice runs, man, where he was basically stopped behind the line and he gets like 4 or 5 yards out of it. Like some of his like 5 or 6 yard gains were kind of spectacular. I mean, he was making people miss, and he was putting moves on. So I look at it overall. This is what I kind of expected. I thought this was going to be a close game. I didn't think it was going to be a 4-point game. I thought it was going to be more like a 27 to like 19, 20, somewhere in there. I thought they were going to kick a whole bunch of field goals with Aubrey. I thought that was going to be what would happen the most, but they got touchdowns on us. And again, you lose, Carter out of the center there, your run game's going to go to, or your run deep's going to go to shit. I mean, there's a lot of extenuant circumstances in this game. It was a weird game, just a weird game to kind of judge, but I don't feel bad about it. And I just want to give a shout out before I forget again. Jordan Davis played his best game as an Eagle. And,
really? Talk about it. I want to hear
oh
this.
my God, dude. This guy, it's possibly his best game as an Eagle. And not only that, he wasn't expected to play this much, He played 54 snaps, which I think is the second most he ever played. And the game that he played, I think it was 64 or 65 snaps in, something like that. It was in the like mid 60s. It was that oh my gosh, Buffalo game that we went into overtime on. That
was
like
the
went
one
the whole way through overtime. Go ahead.
Yeah.
That was the one I think he chased Josh Allen down on the sideline.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, he played more snaps, and there were a few that I was looking at, and I was like, yeah, man, he's kind of gassed right here. But it didn't really affect the rep. Like you could see when he was standing up, like hands on hips, he's sucking wind. But then when he gets down and goes, like his pad level's still good. Like his discipline still, gap discipline still good. Like this guy played really well. Now he had a couple really good pass rushes that he couldn't finish, which he has to clean up. Because if he finished those, oh my gosh, dude. That's all we would be talking about. Yeah, no, he had Dak in the backfield. Like he was hanging off of him. Dak's a strong motherfucker, I'll give him that. Like he doesn't go down easy. And he worked his way out of that. But and I think there was another one that he was in there on, he should have had, maybe a half a sack or whatever, and they couldn't bring him down. We didn't get Dak down once. But we were there. We had some good, especially in the second half, we had some good pass rushes. But but for sure, shout out to Jordan Davis. That guy played way more than expected. He picked up the slack for his buddy Jalen Carter. Jalen Carter should be, congratulated. He should buy this man a meal for what he did, because he picked up the defense. He picked up the slack. Jordan Davis did. Not Omaro.
Keep it lean because he's on a diet.
Yeah. My shout out,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Clayton.
No, I was gonna say that it was nobody else on that line. It was Jordan Davis that picked that lineup, man. So shout out to that guy, man.
Jomo had some good reps too,
for sure.
Yeah. Man, I think my shout out goes to Reed Blankenship, all over the place. Involved.
What'd you guys think of that penalty? Yeah.
I mean,
you guys talk about that for a minute. I'm gonna step away for a second.
Yeah, you can't pull up there, but I get it. I mean, the rule is the rule. I do think it is a penalty, which sucks. But like, how are you going to pull up when obviously the momentum's going towards him? And like, what are you going to do? Like, pull up and just let him catch it too? No, you're going to blow his brains out. So,
yeah,
he's lucky he didn't end his career,
because he could have 100%. If he wanted to be an asshole, he could have.
And if you're going to get the penalty, you might as well end the guy's career. So my shout out's going to be this. I'm going to throw this out there for you. Jake Elliott.
Good shout out. Shout out Brandon Mann with that too. That special teams.
Braid Man. Yeah. The two
Braid
punts,
Man.
I think one was at the 11 and the other one was at the 18, maybe. Could
That's
be
a
wrong on that.
dangerous kick returner, and he kept it away from him.
Yep. Jake Elliott with the 50-yard field goal. That was huge, especially after not making the he went 1 for 7 from 50 yards last year. Hasn't made a kick of at least 58 yards since 2023. And he is now that's the 5th longest in Eagles history, which he has 5 of the last 6. The one other guy that had one is like somebody from way long ago. I didn't even look at his name. But
David Akers. All right, sorry.
No, it wasn't. It was like something weird. I didn't even write it down because it don't matter. The other thing I was going to say is the Eagles have now won 3 straight games versus Dallas for the first time in 20 years.
Nice.
Yeah. And with that win, the Eagles they've actually evened their franchise
Overall?
record with 639 wins, 639 losses, 27 ties. So we're at 500.
Oh,
For the first time in franchise history, we lost our first game, and we have never been at 500 or above since then.
really? Are you kidding me?
As a franchise, correct. It took these last few years to get us up over the hump, with Sirianni winning like he wins, and Hurts winning like he wins.
So this next matchup will be so huge.
We can go over 500, or we can drop back down. But at least we're there. I mean, there
No.
for a while, it
Yeah.
was rough. Like, we were like way behind in like the 70s and 80s there. Whew.
Dude, this next matchup is going to be so big to go above 500 on the Cowboys.
Well, it'll be on the Chiefs.
Overall. Yeah, it'll be on the Chiefs. So it'll be overall.
Oh,
record.
Chiefs.
We're at 500 right now. That game
I
put us at
stepped away.
500.
Yeah.
Yep. One last thing on this last game, if we want to get into any Chiefs stuff, that's fine. But Miles Sanders' 49-yard run was the longest by a former Eagle in 61 years.
Yeah.
That was that one Bond was punching at, right?
Yeah.
I think Rube had said that run was his longest since
Since he was an
with
Eagle,
the
I think.
Eagles.
Yeah,
with the
yep.
against the Saints, I think it was.
I can't remember what he said, but yeah,
Yeah.
that was a Rube stat. Yep.
Yeah, definitely. Rube does that. He'll just like pull out like a random stat.
I love it, man.
I do.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
love it.
I love Rube for that
I like
stat.
Rube.
Yeah.
I like
Yep.
Rube. Shout out Rube. We all, at least I go up and down with Rube because he like
Yeah, I
blocks
rip on
me
him.
Twitter. Nah, Rube's good.
But if you guys
Rube's
want to
good.
go into some Chiefs stuff, I'm good with that. I'll
Let's
be
do
right
it.
back.
Yeah, so this upcoming week, Super Bowl rematch with the Kansas City Chiefs in Arrowhead. I don't think they suspend Carter, but how do you feel, Clayton?
I'm with you. I don't think they suspend Carter, and I feel fine. I mean, we're 1.5 underdog right now, which means Vegas likes us better, but you get 3 points, just for being the home team,
Right.
you get 3 points. So they think
Yeah.
we're 1.5 better than them. And I agree. I think it's going to be another good game. Caveat, I have to see where we're at health-wise.
If
Some
Landon
people got
can't
dinged up
go,
here.
then that's terrible.
That's a huge deal
That's
because they have a
terrible.
decent line. They have a decent D line. They have some players
Yeah.
on that line.
When they brought the pressure on Hurts last game, how do you think he handled it?
I thought he handled it pretty good. There was only one time
Yeah.
that I was like, "Ooh, God," and he got sacked out of it. But I mean,
Yeah.
there was somewhere that he had 3 people running at him, and he was able to navigate out of it and
Yeah.
take off.
It's a scary game. You go on the road week 2 against a team that wants to punch you in the mouth.
After you humiliated them, and they
after
just got
you
humiliated.
humiliated them. And
They
yeah,
just
and
got
then
humiliated in Brazil.
imagine flying how many miles? What you think? Like 3,000 miles, 4,000, 5,000 miles to just get humiliated. And Travis Kelce does the bull thing. He thinks he's in
Oh
Spain.
God!
He's in Brazil. What
Running
a
with the
numbnuts.
bulls.
Yeah, that's Spain, you idiot. Oh
Uh,
man. So it's gonna be an uphill battle. Man, I don't know. I'm confident. If we have Carter, I think he's gonna be furious. Like he
I also-
has,
Yeah, well, for sure. I think I think he's going to be out to prove something. But I also feel like, and I hate to say this because this may be speculation. I'm just throwing this out there. It's just my own opinion.
Right,
I
right.
think they went super vanilla in this game because they were kind of like, we can put a vanilla preseason type of game plan together and go out there and beat the Cowboys and not show anything.
Right. That's not spec. I felt the same way. It was very vanilla. It was
That's what it
very
reminded me of
vanilla.
a preseason game. That's how vanilla it was, and
Yeah.
how conservative, the play calling and the quarterback play was. Like, he was
Yeah.
super efficient, and I'm not going to take anything away from him. Like, I fucking loved it. I love
Right.
seeing
Right.
efficiency. Like, I'm the guy. I'm the dude that's over style points. That shit ended at the Cleveland Browns game last year, week 5 or week 6. That ended with me. I'm no longer a style points guy. Like, I see what these guys are trying to do now. They're trying to win the game. It doesn't matter how it looks, what the stat line says. The only thing that matters is the end result is a W. I'm all
W.
aboard. I am
That's
all in, all
that's
aboard.
QB. That's QB. That's our QB.
Mhm.
All just win. The main thing, man.
Yes, sir. And I'm on board with that. So I don't care what it looks like. Be super efficient. Take care of the football. We are 28-1 when we do not turn the ball over. Do not turn the ball over, and we win football games at an amazing clip.
I also
Yeah.
think we're starting to see the demise of
The Chiefs.
Pat Mahomes, yeah,
Mhm.
and the Chiefs. Yeah,
In a sense, yeah. You see Kelsey catch that ball and he looked like slow. He
dude.
was
I
really
mean,
slow.
we saw his demise in the Super Bowl. He was awful.
Yeah,
His
he
age
was
has
pretty
caught up with
terrible.
him. I'm surprised he came back this year, to be honest
Well,
with you.
he's got the Kelsey gene. It doesn't matter about football. Just care about how many people are talking about you. Just be the most media sensationalized thing. It doesn't matter if your team loses in the back half of the season, as long as your podcast is doing good. Who cares about your team? Who cares about your team? Who cares that collapsed? As long as your podcast is going good. Oh my god, I can't
They did go
stand it.
15-1, but they were scraping by a lot of those wins.
Yeah, they set a record for one-score game wins. Like, you can't live in that margin. Like, it's super hard to live on the cutting edge like that. Like, one mistake can end it. Whereas, when they used to be high flying, they were just blowing dudes out left and right. They could throw 4 or 5 interceptions, turn the ball over a bunch of times. Doesn't matter, because they're just going to go right down the field on you. That is not that team anymore. That is
To
not
be
that
clear,
offense.
I was talking about Jason in 23.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gotcha. Sorry.
Jason in 23, and we had the unfortunate collapse, and I almost sort of blame Jason, but that's neither here nor there, and I absolutely digress.
It's crying all the time.
Well, enough time on them. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be a good game. I
Yes.
love well just
Back to-
before we move on. Yeah, before we
back
move
to-
on.
Back to
Yeah,
Sunday games. That's all I care about. I hate the weekday game.
Yeah. The prime time. That was awful. Man, I was on the East Coast watching with John. It's too late. Too late.
God, it was 1 a.m.
Too late. I need
Even
that
without
Sunday.
the rain delay, that was late, man. Like, that was still late. I hate that shit. Don't start at 8:20. And I know that's
Ugh.
selfish for the East Coast people, because if we're starting at like 7 or 6, that's really messing with the West Coast people. So I get it.
What do you
I
mean?
get it.
I would start it.
I
I'd
guess
watch it.
people were bitching that if you're starting at 5 or you're starting at 3, I was like, well, I mean,
Well, I guess
What-
if like there's a West Coast game, home game, then you're, I guess asking people to be there.
Well, look
like
at the 1
3.
o'clock game. You got them starting over there at
fine.
what, 9 or 10?
And-
It's
We're
like-
10 a.m. here, which I don't
Yeah.
mind.
I would prefer that, to be honest, but
So next
Get
next
tuned
week will
up
be at
early.
1 p.m. Yeah, well, wait till halftime at least. But man, any predictions for next week? What do you guys think? Any Taylor Swift box cuts?
Oh,
How many
Jesus.
times the
at least
camera
4?
will- I hate it. Who do you think's Jason's rooting for next week?
Chiefs.
I
He's
can
so
tell you.
far out of the
Chiefs.
Eagles at this point.
Yeah.
He's a Chiefs boy.
Jeez.
Nah, I won't go into it.
100%.
I gotta stop myself from going too
Chiefs
far into it,
Nation.
but-
He's the fucking
Anything
leader
else?
of Chiefs Nation.
Yeah,
He'll be
yeah,
up there
yeah.
banging the drum. Start the game. All right, I'm sorry. Get
Yeah,
crazy.
but then coming in the pockets for Philly. Yeah, that's all he is. That's all he is. He comes to
All
Philly to take the pockets out, to
Yeah.
take your pocketbook out, come to my thing, buy the jersey, whatever.
See me and my
I've done
man
too
Kingy.
much. I've done. I've done too much. Anything else you guys want to say about the Dallas game, upcoming games, Eagles Nation in general?
Oh, sucks.
Thanks,
Dallas
CeeDee
does
Lamb, for
suck.
dropping 4 balls.
Well, yeah, Clayton, I'll ask you this. CeeDee Lamb on top 5 lists.
Oh my god, I don't want to ever see or hear that ever again. Don't speak his name in the same sentence as my boy AJ. They're not the same. They are not the same. Fuck out of here. Fucking
Never the same.
Lamb's not.
All right,
a top
well,
five.
I think we've said it all. Unless there's something else you guys want to bring up. I feel good about the Chiefs. I think actually, I don't know. It's scary. It's scary to me a little bit.
I think it's
but
going to be a tough game.
I think it will be as well. Yeah. We'll see. All right, guys. Great pod. And
Yeah.
let's anything else?
I got nothing.
No, good.
Let's hit him with a go birds.
Go Birds. Let's go.
Go Birds.